The Story of the Snowboard Kids. The Snowboard Kids are elementary school children who live in a small town in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. The school is small, only 60 kids, and they eat, drink, and sleep snowboarding. At lunch, things get more heated than usual.
Nancy may be good at her tricks, but I am definitely the fastest. I don't know about that. Nah, dummy, I'm the fastest. Nancy isn't the master trickster, I am.
Linda's completely wrong, as always.
The competition will prove that I'm right. My rich daddy will buy what I need because he knows I'll win. I can't believe her daddy gave her a cell phone. Okay, everything's ready. What are you doing? I'm setting up the competition and it'll be big. Stop it, Linda, it's too much. I'll beat you and I'll break your nose doing it. I'll prove to all of you that I'm the master trickster.
Okay, I'll do it. Why not?
Start the competition. Let's name it the Maltini Cup after me, Linda Maltini.
Hello everyone and welcome to my newest Let's Play of Atlus's first game for the Nintendo 64 and a cult hit, Snowboard Kids. This is, okay, this isn't one of my favorite games for the Nintendo 64, the sequel is, however I want to play through the first one first before I kind of get to that one. These are games that I know very well and that I really enjoy playing. They're kind of rare, they're kind of unknown, kind of hidden gems, but I love playing them. You need to use the control pack for this game in order to save your data, which I kind of don't like, but oh well, what can you do, right? So, you can only start off with 5 characters at the beginning of the game, and I chose Slash, who is the, considered the all-around character. There's 3 different types of snowboards you could choose. The Alpine ones emphasize speed, but poor turning. The all-around ones is, again, like Slash, the one right in the middle. And the freestyle ones are ones that emphasize turning and high jumps, but are not the fastest. I'm showing here that you have 14 different designs that you can change any of your boards at will. There's a total of 9 standard boards in the whole game that you can, say, purchase and buy. You start out with, the level 1 versions of all of them, and I'll get to all of this stuff that I'm showing here so far. But at the start of the game, you only have 6 courses to start off with. The amount of laps is different on each one, and before you go to select the actual, course, it shows, how much money that you'll win by the end of the race. And the money go towards buying new boards, obviously. Go! Right after it says go, tilt the control stick up and you press the A button, and your character will do a big jump forward, and that's kind of like your boost start for this game. And so, you're probably gonna need that as a good head start because, yeah, I held onto the grab for a bit too long there. I'll get into all of this, don't worry. But you kind of need to, get as much, say, speed as you can because, unfortunately, in this game, one of its biggest problems is that the rubber banding is really, really bad in this game. Really bad. If you can play the fastest character with the fastest board, and, say, the second fastest character on a regular board is still gonna catch up to you and just overtake you, no matter how fast you're going. Now, instead of just, say, making a circle around, a circuit here, in the Snowboard Kids games, at the bottom of the mountain, you run into the lifts, right here to take you to the back of the start again. And again, the starting point, if you're able to tilt up and A at the right time as you get off the lift, you can actually, get another little jump boost out of it. But yeah, you have to go to the lifts on there, you have to wait, say, about a second or two if someone else is using it in order for it to open up again so that you can follow them. So as here you notice, there's two different sort of, like, say, item boxes, a red one and a blue one. The red ones contain your projectiles. Like, say, you shoot them with the Z button, just like you would, like, say, Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing. The B button controls the ones that you get from the blue box, actually, which are items that all have different effects, actually. And there I was just, like, say, kind of, like, smacking myself into the wall because I was dumb. And you'll notice there's also an amount of money in the bottom right. Every time you do a standard trick, or, like, say, find a gold coin out on the middle of the stage, well, you get money in course for it, and you need 100 gold in order to actually pick up an item from either the projectile shop or the item shop right there. If you don't have any money, if you don't have enough, like, say, in this game, you crash right into it, you fall down, and, you lose all your speed from it. That is something changed in the sequel, and I make that much better in the sequel because it helps keep the flow of the game going in case you accidentally screw up, but... So that's a whole lot to take in initially, and this is the beginning course on Rookie Mountain. I think it was just called Guru Guru Mountain in the Japanese version. It's a very short circuit, actually. That's why there's 5 different laps. I was lucky there. Yeah, when you're in the middle of, like, say, on the lifts, you're invincible to everything but 2 items affecting you. And yeah, like, say, the different items you get from the blue box are all different. You can see little rocks on there. That's the most common, standard, basic little thing. You drop on a thing, you drop it down, and you hope somebody trips over it. The best place to put them, however, is right before or after you get, an actual item shop thing on there, because the AIs and people are going to run into it, and if they run into it, they'll likely run over the rock that's on there, so putting the rock in the item box is a good idea. The projectile that I currently have on the top right there is actually the Freeze Crystal, one of the best projectiles in the game, actually. That one will, when it hits, it'll encase your opponent in a, block of ice, and they'll just have to take them a few seconds for them to break out of it. So there's a few things to mention about, like, say, doing the tricks and stuff. Like, I was first introduced to this game at a friend's house back when I was really young, who was a few houses down from mine. Guy actually was, like, say, the son of a famous, like, say, motorcycle racer, so he had to, like, build, like, a huge, like, half cinema-sized television screen in his house. I couldn't believe it, but right next to it he had his television, and he was playing this game and Diddy Kong Racing on there. See, watch what I do right here. Yeah, I kind of bounced off of him and like, say, and had myself smack into the wall there. But yeah, the reason why I didn't like this game at first was because I was holding down the A button when I started, and when you hold down the A button, you crouch down in preparation for a jump, and you cannot steer yourself while you are crouched. But I was doing that because I was used to Mario Kart 64. You hold down the A button for acceleration, and you don't do that in this game. You use the A button to jump. If you hold the control stick up and you tap the A button, you do little jumps forward in order to actually help gain speed until you're at maximum. That's how you do it. You don't actually hold down any of the buttons to accelerate yourself. You just let yourself gain momentum. Now, there is a speed course and what's called a shoot course in these games, and it's only for the first 3 stages, and I'm just showing off what they are, basically. For this one right here, for the speed game, all you're meant to do is actually pick up the fans, which are a standard item you can get from the blue shops here, and they're your speed boost items in this game. And yeah, that's just the point, is to pick up as many as you can and get to the goal in a single lap as quickly as possible. Main point of this is just to get more money. You get more money depending on how many fans you pick up and how quickly you actually reach the actual goal line. Nothing really too spectacular, really. I miss a whole bunch of them, but I wasn't really trying too hard with this one. And plus, the Alpine board is, not the best turning, which I chose for just speed reasons. And you're gonna see, like, right at the right there, like, say, how it actually calculates a total. So yeah, like, say how fast, like, how many you found, how many you got, and the simple completion bonus. And then it'll tell you how you ranked against all the other ones. Yeah, the shooting game is a little bit different. You're given unlimited shot bullet ammo, and you just have to shoot all these snowman targets that are on the course.
Ready?
Like, say, you can just, like, shoot as many as you want and everything, but if you run out of ammo, you do have to, like, say, wait, like, a second or two for it to be restocked, kind of like how, if you, like, say, mash the A button to make Epona go faster in the Zelda game, so you have to, like, say, wait a second before they replenish. But yeah, these speed courses and shoot courses are only for the first 3 courses in the game. I'll show off all the shooting courses because those are all, the snowman placements are all different, but the speed course is just how fast can you actually go and everything, and that's really nothing too interesting. You don't get anything for like 100%ing these things, so to speak. It's just done in order to help get you more money in order to get the rest of the boards that you can unlock in this game. But yeah, so I was saying, like, I was, first introduced at, like, say, a friend's house, a few houses down from me. That's what I was introduced to the game. Didn't like it at first because I was a dumb little kid and I didn't know how to actually control the game at all. I eventually, like I say, fell in love with the second game because I rented the second game from Blockbuster Video, and eventually I got this one, ironically enough, from Blockbuster Video when they were selling all their games when they were starting to, you know, go out of business. I don't do the trick game because that's on a special course, and that's a special thing that I want to show off later. And at this point here, I actually go and switch characters because I want to emphasize just how the rubber banding is in this game. Like I said before, there is only 5 characters you can start with. Slash was the middle character. I'm going to be switching to Tommy Parsley, who is the fastest character in the game. He's the fat boy in green who eats a hell of a lot of hamburgers by all the artwork and stuff like that. And in fact, that's where I took, like, say, that little intro skit that I had. That's from, like the opening parts of the instruction manual. So I just felt that was a fun thing to introduce the series with instead of just going to the game proper. So Tommy does have the highest speed stat and the worst trick stat, so his jumps aren't very high and he doesn't turn the best. But on certain courses, that's okay, because the turns aren't too, like, drastic or sharp or anything. Big Snowman is probably my favorite course in the whole game. It's not, like, say, the most flashy, as we'll see later in other courses, but I think it's simple, it's fun, and I love the piece of music that accompanies it. So see those little hops there? I tilt up on the control stick and just tap the A button. That does it forward. If you hold down the A button a little bit longer before you jump, you get a little boost, like, say, like, push forward as you, like, say, do the jump. So that's something I'm going to be doing a lot during this Let's Play, because, again, enemies love to catch up to you. Now, see this here? The character behind me is Jam. He's the second slowest character in the game, and look at him. He's just overtaking me. That's what I mean by the AI in this game. And what I did there for Tommy was actually one of his special tricks. And what I shot him with was a parachute, which is probably the best projectile in the game. You shoot it at it, as you can probably see, it launches your opponent up in the air, and they just have to wait for them to descend. You hit an enemy with that right before they go off a cliff. It's gonna take a long time for them to get down. And I was so lucky right there. Like, I'm sure you might have noticed those exclamation points are meant to warn you that something is going to hit you. And one of the items you get from the shop is the invisibility ability, which is able to protect you against everything except 2 items, similar to the lift. I'll get into the different items later as we encounter them throughout the game. But one of the best items in the game is the pan, the frying pan, which launches 3 frying pans out into the air and just smacks down all 3 enemies wherever they are. It's kind of like the lightning bolt attack in Mario Kart. And invisibility is a good way to dodge it, and my invisibility was just running out as enemies' frying pans were starting to hit me, so that was pretty lucky, so that explains that one. So yeah, dropping a rock right there during, like, the actual going through the item shop, good idea. And I want to see what happened there. I don't know if you heard that sound. I've had that little wah 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 thing right before I shot Linda with the parachute. But that's a sound of the ghost item, which is one of the items that can affect you when you're invisible and when you're on the lift. That's basically like the blue shell from Mario Kart. It attacks the person in first place, and it decreases their top speed for a while until it wears out. So yeah, ghosts are a bit of a bane in this game. So yeah, I was glad that I got to the lift first, because when the lift is up and somebody's entering, if you run to the lift wall, you know, it's someone's entering, you bonk right into it. This is the only tight turn on this course here. When you're dropped off on the lift, you're not right at the starting point. You're kind of like a little bit of a side place right there, and now we're getting back into the rest of the course proper. Sometimes I don't bother really jumping with Tommy because it's just faster for him to actually be on the ground and just, like, in order to keep his speed going, so I can do more of these hops like this. But yeah, for the tricks in the game, when you're crouched down and you press the stick in a certain way and you let go of the A button, their character will jump and they will, as I know, do one spin in whatever direction that you pointed in. If you hold down the C button while you do that, the character will grab the board depending on which direction that you press the C button in. You can only do one spin per jump, and you can only do one grab per jump, but you can hold that grab as long as you want until the point where you could, crash yourself because of it. See, there I got hit by a ghost, and I was so lucky there to avoid another pan. But yeah, that ghost is decreasing my maximum speed, so you have to wait about, like 5 or 6 seconds before it to go away. But each character in this game has at least 3 special tricks, which involve when you're crouched down, moving the control stick in certain directions before jumping, and they do certain special tricks, and I'll be showing off all those by the end of the game as well. The one that I keep doing for Tommy, the one that has blue sparkles instead of the standard yellow sparkles for any of the tricks, I think it's called the Tommy Shuffle. And I was glad that they ran right in front of me because they got right in the way of my parachute, which is great. So that's a standard, just a spin to the left trick. I didn't do any grabs for that one. And depending on how long your grab is, you get more or less money from it. So as you can see, the amount of money I have is not a multiple of 10 or anything. It doesn't end with a plain 0 or a plain 100 on there. And I got so lucky during this race here because I just had an invisible each time a pan came down to hit me. So yeah, I don't bother really doing a trick there because that's just a better way for Tommy to maintain speed. But since I chose the fastest character, I just want to show that, yeah, like say, even the slow characters can catch up to you because that's how the game rubber bands. I mean, the game has a great amount of charm. I love the color design. I love the music into it. I like the items. I like the courses. But the game, this game, it can be really, really tough. I'm not gonna lie. And at the end of a race like this one, under Get Coin, that shows how much money you had left by the time you cross the finish line. So that combines with your first prize money, which is counting down right now, and that'll accumulate to your whatever your total amount of money is. And with this amount of money here, I'm going to be going to the board shop to Mr. Dog, sort of a bit of a series mascot, I guess, and I'm going to be buying a... Did I get the Alpine one? Yes I did, because this is for, like, say, the characters who are slower, but have better tricks, so that's all I was going to do for this part. I've got more things to get into, like, in terms of, like, say, tricks and items eventually, but that's going to be it for this episode, so I hope you enjoy this, and I look forward to playing this one. See you next time, guys.